Really quick, everybody, this entire video will be timestamped, so if you don't want to watch holding in, just jump straight into a different topic. Please check the pinned comment or check the little red bar right down below you. Again, this entire video will be timestamped, and I'd appreciate you guys watching whatever part that you'd like to. If you're sticking around, guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another talk at Clen. This is where I ask you guys to jump into the Discord server. And by the way, if you're new here in the Discord server, you can feel free to come join. The pinned comment description down below. Would love to have you. And I ask you guys to give me an opinion on something or a statement of something. Just talk at me. Hence the name Talk at Clen. We got a lot today, so thank you so much everybody for participating. We're gonna get these videos keep going again. I didn't realize how much I actually left this. With that being said, we are going to jump straight into the first one today. This isn't much of a theory, but it is an assumption. But I think early chapter 4 we will either see once again the build up to Geno through more teasing of what he is doing along where he's been. If the first option is wrong, then I believe we'll see Geno will play a major role as we hop into the chapter 4. Now I could be wrong here, but I have a feeling chapter 4 will give us everything we're missing to the Geno story. Now this was posted a little bit while ago, but I still did want to include it because it looks like we are going to dive in way more into the Geno lore. So you never know, like, you could be right on that. I don't know how much like we will end up finding about Geno because this isn't exactly Geno himself, but still it'd be interesting to see if he ends up returning. I just love that Sonic Frontiers finally nailed the characterizations after all this time, and I gotta say I've been hearing amazing things about that. I keep meaning to get around to playing it because again I know I always talk about it, but I'm a huge Sonic fan. It doesn't sound like it because I haven't gotten around to playing the game, but I keep meaning to. So I'm hearing a lot of people being really happy with it, which makes me very happy. Moving on, I have a theory. Reality 659 isn't Paradigm's homeworld, it's Geno the Ageless, and if you look under the bus in Spawn Island, you can see IO logos. In Geno's castle are a ton of logos resembling the IO. Also, in the blog post for Chapter 4, it mentions that the POI Brutal Bastion is the headquarters of the Reality Warriors. What if all the mini logos of the IO logo are Reality Warriors, and what if this is Geno trying to reform the IO by warping time? Just a random theory. Were we talking about this in a stream? I feel like we were talking about something going on with Brutal Bastion. Regardless, like it's a pretty solid theory. Like I could actually see this coming true. Like I don't have this one. Here's my problem with some of these videos because you guys tell me a bunch of your theories for Fortnite, and then I'm like, I don't really have too much to add to that. I can really see that coming true, and I don't want to like be dismissive of it. You know what I mean? It's just I can see it coming true. Moving on, the map is way too orange for me right now. Just make the area by Faulty Green and maybe Shattered 2, and I'll be good. I actually really like the scenery change. I like how the terrain's like mixed up. I do like the color change, but you know what? It's obviously not for everybody. I would like it if they like put some green somewhere, but hey, everybody likes different things. Moving on, the Ageless Geno is going to be the new Midas. Do you mean that in the case where it's going to be like some huge part of the storyline? Obviously, he's going to be some part of the storyline, but I mean like just someone that we're going to be speculating for chapters and chapters and seasons on ahead. Possibly, I can see that happening. Moving on, the event was underwhelming. It had a lot of potential, but heavily underused. We should have gotten Project Loop Breaker, had a solid fight with the Herald, and the Paradigm doing more than Titanic pose when the 0 point brings her. It's so true. Like, I hating on like all this stuff that Fortnite does, but I really did not like that event. And I swear to God, I'm not saying that because I got booted from the event. For those of you who do know, I didn't get to like play the whole way through, but still, I ended up watching a stream like immediately after. But still, like it was walking around doing challenges. Like I was enjoying the scenery, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like nearly up to the standard of live events that Epic has ever put on it. But I agree with you when you said the event is very underwhelming. It had a lot of potential. It did have a lot of potential. It just didn't hit home for me. Moving on, this is actually about your videos. I've been watching you since Chapter Season 4, and I've noticed that your videos gotten a lot shorter. I actually like it when you ramble more and make the video longer, but that's just me. Okay, you know what? Actually, I never really thought about that. Noted. Guys, if you ever have any like critiques of the channel or something, I would very much be happy to hear them, and I'll actually see if I can work on that. This video seems like it's going to be a little bit lengthy, hopefully. But still, honestly, thank you very much. I appreciate when you guys say that. Here's a list of how I think the event should have gone. We spawn at the reality tree as Jones waltz and the timer goes down. We get some dialogue between Jones, Amy, and Paradigm. The event starts when the chrome starts to spread. The tornadoes start to rip the island apart. We have to shoot the rubble flying towards us. Bites jumps up and fights Jones as we do that. We shoot Bites off as the Herald arrives. It goes basically like the cinematic, but the cube cradle abducts the entire loop bubble. We end in the last reality's prison, but the alarms go off. The Foundations and the sisters arrive. They bust out, and there's absolute chaos going on the ship. We get surrounded as the trespassers are about to execute us. The Paradigm jumps in and saves us. We fly through the ship. We get blasted through the sky. We fall to the ground. The Nothing arrives. He tells us to stop fighting, and the Nothing is now inevitable. We are about to fight as the cradle explodes. We fall through space as the loop bubble explodes. The 0 point is left dying. We must literally piece it back up together. The last reality's full army arrives as it happens. We fix the 0 point as it rifts us away slowly as the last reality surrounded us. The cube cradle charges up to get hit, but as we get rifted away. We are left in space. We must help everyone reforge the island during downtime and while getting story side quests for those who want it. Thank you for reading this. I know it was a lot if this happened. I would love in the event though. Anyway, keep up the good content. No, thank you so much for participating in this. Thank you for being here. Absolutely no need to thank me, guys. Anyways, so That actually would be that would be much better. Like we were just talking about the event, it was very underwhelming. There wasn't much going on. If you added all of this going on, like we didn't get the last reality coming back, we didn't get to find out like exactly what the nothing was, unless it ends, it kind of like was the black hole. And I don't even know, like, did the black hole really like get to show up? It's just, there were so many questions that were just unanswered. This would be significantly better than what we did get. I love how the newer skins have much more expressive idle animations in the lobby. It's a smaller detail, but it gives the characters much more personality. I completely agree with you. I really like that myself. It's just, it's always the little things that Epic Games does, you know what I mean? I was just talking like how I didn't like Epic Games Live Event, but they do so many unbelievably great things. Like, it's just a little touch of quality of life update that I like to see in the lobby. I like it. I completely agree with you, Mark. Moving on, they should have not nerfed the Shockwave hammer. So many people were loving it the way it was. Completely agree. I like the way it was. I liked when it was doing damage through builds, but I understand why they did nerf it. It's just, I did like it better. Was recently looking through the character descriptions, and on for the Scrap Knight Jewels mentions about someone named the Rift Warden who seems to be related to the Oathbound. Yeah, I've been hearing a little bit more. I've been hearing you guys talk about that too. I've been hearing, like, even in like storyline videos and stuff like that, people talking about the Rift Warden. So we'll have to wait and see, like, exactly. I hope Epic Games dives into it and it's not something we don't figure out for a long time. Theory: in the end of Chapter 2, Foundation asks, why does she keep making me save you? But who is she? This season, it seems though time has warped and the snapshot of Geno is reliving Geno's past. The Oathbound is the olden IO, and Brutal Bastion is home of the Reality Wars. Maybe they are the old Seven. Why I bring up what the Foundation says is because of Brutal Bastion. There's a statue of the lady. Yeah, that Elements. That's the one we were talking about in the stream, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure, guys. By the way, this is a fun plugin I can do right now. As if you want to talk about Fortnite theories and stuff, we've been streaming online. We've been streaming on YouTube, so come join, do that. But yeah, I think this is the one we were talking about, right? Yeah, it would be very interesting if you were actually like onto that. I could, again, like you nailed the theory elements, man. Like I can't add much to it. It's just, that would be hype if it happened. I feel like the MrBeast Collab could give Fortnite a huge upgrade in the number of players. After all, one of his videos were sponsored by Brawl Stars. The game's player count grew by about 41%, so with him actually being in the game with a huge event, it really has huge potential for Epic Games. I didn't know that about Brawl Stars. I didn't know he did that, and there was 41% player base boost. That's actually insane. Yeah, MrBeast, he has a lot of the public that will go where he was. Especially, like, I don't want to do this. Like, obviously, MrBeast's content is for everybody, but like he has a lot of young kids watching him. If they see MrBeast like doing something like maybe in Fortnite, maybe they'll want to follow him over to that. I understand, and I was so hyped to see MrBeast in Fortnite. I bought him immediately. I really liked him. I like MrBeast. He's great. He's great. But I actually didn't know that about Brawl Stars. That's a fun fact. I'm beginning to get a little bit concerned for the future of Creative 2.0. Recently, Epic delayed the Unreal Editor showcase, which has me believe it's not finished yet for the showcase, and that'll likely receive a delay. This has me concerned because we have already seen that late game arena and big battle LTMs were made in Creative Royale and 2.0 in mind, with both release completely broken at launch. And I'm still excited for 2.0, but I don't want it to release in a terrible state due to the fact that we've had to give up most of the fun and old LTMs in favor of poorly made Creative Royale LTMs. Very well said. I can't add to it. I really hope, like, if it needs to keep delaying Creative 2.0, keep delaying it. Just make sure it works when you bring it out. Like, again, I'm not a developer. I'm always one of those people who are like, you know what, Epic Games, how dare you not to make this deadline for us? But you know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine, like, making Creative 2.0. I can't imagine how much time and effort that would take and how many bugs could possibly come up. I just want it to work when it comes out. If you have to delay it, so be it. But I'm with you. I am concerned about it. I really want Fortnite to make a series where they post episodes every now and then about the lore. It'd be so much more better than the comics. I just saw the Joni the Red trailer, and the idea has potential. Yes, absolutely. I love when Fortnite does like the Fortnite crew stuff, like the first Shadows. I wanted to see more of that. Like, I would love to see them like post stuff like that. If Fortnite could do that stuff and make like even just like a little Netflix series or something. I know that they probably wouldn't do Netflix, but you get the point. That would blow up. That would do so well. I would love to see that stuff. I think it'd be interesting if we saw an anime based on the Fortnite original anime skins. Oh, at first I read that wrong. I was like, if Fortnite made original anime skins, I'm like, they did. What about like Lex on the Battle Pass one? but actually, that'd be like kind of cool. Just like building off the last one. If Fortnite like did anything to the storyline, put Donald Musser in charge, because his creative skills are amazing to tell a story. I would like that, Watts. Moving on, I'm not mad about the MrBeast Cup at all. I think it's fair to give everyone a random chance to win. The Fortnite community is just getting mad like they always do. Yeah, you know what? That's kind of true. However, I understand the frustration of people where the game didn't work for, especially if it's something that they were like going out of the way to participating, and then it was just like buggy and the experience wasn't fun for them at all. But I'm with you. I'm not mad, unless you were talking about actually like, yeah, I don't know. It's tough with the MrBeast one, in my opinion. I'm not mad about it, but I can understand why people are frustrated about it. Does that make any sense? Moving on again, something really cool is that in God of War, it is said that PlayStation Battle Royale was canon in the God of War story. This also implies that Kratos was not only in the loop, but he escaped and returned between the events of God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok. It's also canon that every collab has a 0 point in their world, which is cool and funny to think about. Yeah, it's so true. I always say, man, like every single collab that Fortnite does, relating it to the story with the 0 point and just like bringing different realities into it and like losing their memories and becoming snapshots, and that's why they're still here. It is a genius, absolute genius way to tell the Fortnite storyline, bring collabs into the Fortnite storyline. I will forever say that. So yeah, it is cool to think about. I personally think that the My Hero Academia Mythic shouldn't be in no build. It's super strong and there's no real way to block it at all. That's fair. That's very fair to say. However, I'm one of those people who really like the mythic items and the overpowered items, so I don't have a problem with it. I think it's fun to use in 0 build, but I understand why people don't think that it should be. It is way too overpowered, and there's really not a good way to block it. Moving on, I have a theory that BR and the Nothing and the Save the World's Nothing is the same being / entity. Reason for this is the assumption is because in Save the World, one of the characters, I think Ramirez, mentions the Nothing, and oh, I've heard about that. And how it takes hold of people's feelings and makes them feel down along with feeling depressed. Now that the point of me saying this is because during one of the Bites quests, the Nothing tells Bites that it could feel his feelings and whatnot. So in short, for the end, I think Battle Royale and Save the World are connected in some ways through the characters and their stories, but I also think the Nothing from both stories is the same entity trying to rid the Omniverse of a life so it can get back to how things were before, so that everything can go back to being a dark void of nothing. Wow, that's actually a really solid theory. I know there's been a lot of theories going on where it's like Battle Royale and Save the World and the storylines are actually connected, and one day maybe they'll come together and like have one big finale, which probably won't have a finale, but I can actually see them like coming together. Very interesting about the Nothing. I like that. It's a very solid theory. Again, I don't have too much to add to that. That's a really good theory. Like, that would be awesome. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below about this theory in particular, because it's very interesting. Same with, like, Elements had some good theories, too. Pretty much everybody, like you said, something. Like, everybody had some, like, good points to make in this video. So I appreciate you guys participating in this. With that being said, though, I'm going to put an end to this video today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new here and you enjoy the content, please consider the like button, help the channel a ton, and subscribe if you're brand new. Check the description down below for links to all of my other channels. And also down there, you'll find a link to Real Ember on Fiverr, who will take care of all of your YouTube thumbnail needs. Remember, guys, thumbnails are the most important part of it. Let Real Ember take care of that for you. And lastly, if you'd like to use my supporter creator, go in the item shop. It is code Clen. #anime, #epic partner. Thank you so much for watching again, guys. I will see you in the next one. Take care.